It's week 1 of the National Football League, where division rivals will clash in the NFC South. It's the Bucs and the Saints, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Probably there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason, has all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
Here now is Cam Little out to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Throwing to start the drive. Pritchett. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Pritchett finds Johnston. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Pritchett work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Complete to Johnston here. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Operating from the gun. Pritchett. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Back to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 18. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
His throw caught right around the 6. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Saints. First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Off the play fake. Pritchett. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Chase Young. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. First and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on second and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of him.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Second and 14. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is third and goal. Looking to throw. Pritchett. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. The holding penalty, that puts him in an unenviable spot here as they try again on third and goal. Back to throw. Pritchett. Over the middle, complete. It's Simon. 11 yards, but still not enough. Fourth down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Texas Longhorn, their rookie quarterback.
And to say that this is a big spot is the classic understatement. It's a ton of pressure on this rookie quarterback as he gets to play right away. And let's face it, he's trying to take in every moment from his first start, but at the same time, he's got to focus on what's in front of him.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Second down and inches. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. Second down.
Second down and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Cartwright. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. The pass caught by Olave. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Simon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
They'll try the left side with Estime.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Looking to throw. Pritchett over the middle to Smith.
3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Pritchett.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. First down, here's Estime.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Simon. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Looking to throw. Pritchett. And that will be incomplete.
Luke rolling on the coverage there defensively.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that were happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. In motion, the tight end. 2nd and 5. He finds his man, complete. It's Andrews. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He completes it to Olave. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 6-3 is our score after one. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints have taken the lead.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those 6s on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
From the gun on 3rd down. Clinch it. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Here's Ethan Evans now. That's taken on the 25. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
2nd and 1. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play it at that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
They'll look to throw again. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. He finds his man, complete. That's Andrews. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. He'll look to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Saints are able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Well, now how about this return? And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Pritchett got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
And the Buccaneers first down.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Straight ahead, Estime. A beautiful fake. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on third down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be second down.
At the 22-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
Now this offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Now here's a handoff out of the gun.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
At the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
He'll look to throw. He finds his man. Complete. It's Andrews. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Looking to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
At the Bucs 48-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation.
And down he goes. A Buccaneers sack.
That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive. Pritchett over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Pritchett. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Pass out left finds Johnston.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And that's going to be incomplete. To that one, it's 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Caught here by Griffin. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Back to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now first and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
Looking to throw. Pritchett. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on first and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on fourth down. The first three, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. First and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium. Denver in town to take on Minnesota. And it's the visiting side who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Bo Nix.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. In motion goes the tight end. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's caught left side by Nabers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Down to the 42, second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. That one taken in by Nabers. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 27-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again, and they have had their problems moving the ball through the air. As we take you through some of the action from earlier, this secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
The Saints offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. Second down and 8.
It's second and 8.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They'll get 34 yards there.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's the game of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He finds his man, complete. It's Simon. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Griffin, and he is going to have a Bucs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Off play action. Pritchett. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of a team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pritchett. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the middle they go. Griffin. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Pritchett working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. In motion comes the tight end left. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. His pass caught at the 4. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Pritchett. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
What a stand there defensively. They force the 3rd and goal, force them into what they think will be a passing situation, and then they make sure to lock up all the receivers and come away with the interception. Sounds simple, but that was really well done.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. Here's 2nd and 8. A short throw caught by Andrews. So 8 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 1 now. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They run the counter. It's Griffin, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. From the gun on third down, Pritchett. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's fourth down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. Pulled in at the 24. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And they will take over first and 10. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9 now. A short throw caught by Andrews. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. In motion left goes a tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Throwing to start the drive. Pritchett over the middle to Smith. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Looking to throw. Pritchett. Pass hauled in by Johnston. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Pritchett complete. Smith has it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Pritchett. He gets it to Johnston. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Back to throw. Pritchett. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Pritchett. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Buccaneers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will be cut down to 14. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Cartwright. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Pritchett. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Looking to throw. Pritchett. That is caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Pass out left finds Johnston. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Back to throw. Pritchett. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And the tight end goes in motion left. Operating from the gun, Pritchett, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Pritchett. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Bucs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Olave motioning to the left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. The tackle by Nakobe Dean. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
At the 46-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. On 3rd down, Cartwright. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All guys on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Bucs offense and receiver Devontae Smith set for this next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Up the middle they go. Griffin. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Operating from the gun. Pritchett. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 43 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Back to throw again.
Complete to Johnston here.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
Operating from the gun, Pritchett. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion,
and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. From a yard out.
And the Buccaneers have cut it back within a score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're going to look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards.
At their own 44-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
He's back to throw.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 21. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here's 1st and goal.
Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by 4, 23 seconds to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Back to throw.
He's got his target. It's Olave. And he'll get him a first down up past the 40 as the clock ticks on.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Final 2 seconds. This is it. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Tampa Bay, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.